May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be free from harm. May all beings love life. May all beings awaken. Welcome to another Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Puba of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, preserving the legacy of Shunryu Suzuki and those whose paths crossed his. I pray that you and yours are safe and comfortable and free from economic hardship and able to get out and do whatever it is you want within the limitations of the universal precept of do as little harm as possible. Today I'm going to continue promoting Instagram Cuke Archives. The Instagram lecture excerpt posts are better presented than the ones I do. Peter Ford does these, my associate. And, I'm doing a bunch of stuff, and I'm going through the lectures systematically, from the beginning to the end. And I'm pretty much putting down anything I think that makes sense, or that, that had something to say. I'm not trying to get just the best things, right? And a lot of times they're too long or too obscure, weird for an Instagram post, I think. What Peter is doing is he went back to, I think when I first started doing this daily 5 years ago, I'd done it randomly before that, but I think that's when the blog started, or back near there. Also, that blog started after a couple of years of him, maybe more than a couple, suggesting it, and me going, oh God, I put it on What's New. So what we did was we started the blog, thanks to him, who did all the handiwork. I just had to fill in the blanks. I started pretty soon, I guess. I haven't gone back and looked, putting up a Shunryu Suzuki lecture quote. And, eventually the way it's progressed is I try to do a lecture quote and something else having to do with Cuke Archives. For a while, there was just Cuke What's New. We call it Cuke What's New, but the address is, the URL is cukenew.blogspot.com. That's Google's blog. So we started that. And, on What's New for years, for decades, I'd put up, anything I wanted. Mainly it was things having to do with preserving the legacy of Shunryu Suzuki and those whose paths crossed his. But, I got involved years ago in other things, and I'd put stuff up about it, and even things having to do with a presidential election. That was back, I think 2004, 2004, around there. But the non-Zen things tended to focus on torture, environmentalism, climate change, like that. And I learned to stay away from politics. So I was posting, various things, though. There might be something funny I'd post. But eventually we started the Cuke Nonsense blog. And the Cuke Nonsense blog is Cuke-Nonsense, NONZENSE.blogspot.com. And that's where I put all this other stuff. After a while, I started feeling sort of funny. People don't necessarily want to read every little weird thing going on in my head. So Cuke Nonsense tends to have environmental posts, or like yesterday I put up Amazon dwellers lived sustainably for 5,000 years, BBC Science. And I do some science stuff like that has to do with the fact that we're not living sustainably is the point there, right? Actually, it wasn't just Amazon dwellers. A lot of, primitive people were living sustainably all over the world before we had progress, which we all love and don't want to go back. But anyway, so it eventually got to be that the Cuke, what's new, was just for a Suzuki lecture excerpt and for something else having to do with Zen or friend of Zen or something, or Zen, and then Cuke nonsense would be others. There's some things I can't decide which one to put it in, but it doesn't matter. So what Peter has done is he's gone back and he's starting from the first and getting the quotes from back there. And, he has to sometimes simplify them or edit them a little more. I edit them before they go up. Maybe I'll come on here soon and read you some of the stuff that before it was edited. And because, him and Haw and but sometimes it would take him a while to get at what he wanted to say. All right. So anyway, that's enough of an introduction to all that. I am now going to read you today's Instagram post. It goes over a photo of Suzuki. He's looking at a book. This might have been taken out of another photo. They're not all just of him. Sometimes he's with other people. It says, people say the Blue Cliff record is very difficult to understand. Do you know why? It is because our thinking is always based on mechanical or idealistic or intellectual understanding. But when we see things as it is not difficult to understand. Then yesterday, there's a picture of him in his last public appearance where he's turned a sort of dark reddish brown. He's dying of cancer. He died 2 weeks later. This is at the installation of Richard Baker, his habit. So it's a picture of him with his son next to him and his wife next to him, helping him along. A very powerful event. There's many, many memories of it on Cuke.com. So the quote there is, everything is changing. That truth will solve various problems we have. It is an eternal truth, and our practice is based on this truth. So our practice is always true. So our practice is always true because it's always changing, right? You think this is the true way, this is the one way. Well, that's just like everybody else. But there is nothing there. It's changing. The change is the constant. And that's nothing new. That was, it goes back to Greece, and Henry Ford had it, on the entrance to his plant. And to his car plant, of all things, only one is sure, something like that. Everything changes. All right, let me move on to the. I just hit a little arrow and it goes to the day before. Oops, there we go. Here's one. Unfolding. That was the word I wanted. Unfolding of our inmost desire. So you may say our life is an expression of our inmost desire. If it is an expression, it is created. It is unfolding. Our inmost desire knows intuitively where we should go. Okay, so that gives you an idea. That's a nice picture there. It has a picture of him putting on they wrap like a white scarf around their head. It's got kanji on it. Make a little temporary headpiece with it, tie it up. Probably he's getting to work. Maybe he's going cleaning in the Zendo or something. That's a color picture. There was a couple of those were color. Okay. Gives you an idea. I'm very appreciative of Peter for doing this Instagram, and of my wife for insisting it be done for months before I mentioned to Peter, and it took him a while to figure out how to do it, what to do, and now it's happening. So, this has been a Cuke Audio mini podcast. I'm DC Poobah of Cuke Audio and Cuke Archives, coming to you from sleepy Sanur with Doggett Bandita, Feline Cuchita, and dear lovely Katrinka. And we're wishing you and yours and all of us a grand awakening.